Hello and welcome to our Year with the Ears, our daily vlog where we relive our year living in the Walt Disney World resorts in 2019. Today is day 72.
We got an early start today because at 7:30 it was time for the Southernmost Point Fun Run here at Old Key West. It is a 3K fun run, so one of the longer ones. And we had not done this one yet, so we were pretty excited to go up there and do it. At least one of us was pretty excited about it. And Alyssa and her sister decided to tag along anyway. So we got up there and started the race. And of course, I took off running and they took off walking on the fun run. But, you know, that's okay because you're allowed to do that.
We did a leisurely walk. It was a leisurely walk. It was not a fun run.
Totally allowed to do that. That's part of the fun runs. So I finished the race and got my prizes and started talking to the cast members and had some snacks. They had granola bars and water there for us and just waited and waited and waited for you guys to finish because, I mean, I went a little bit faster than they did.
A little bit. He went a lot faster than we did. We enjoyed the morning. We enjoyed the sunrise, getting to see all around the resort. We love the fun runs. We really do. We just don't run, and then it's fun for us. So that's how we enjoy the fun runs. And so we just enjoyed the morning and just had a really good time and finally did make it to the finish line.
I mean, I enjoyed it too. I just enjoyed it much quicker and before the sun came up and heated everything up. So... you know, both ways work. After we were all finished with the race, we did head back to the room to get ready for the day because today we are heading over to Epcot. Now, I have a call with a client and some work that I have to get done. So when we got to the park, I went straight for the DVC lounge and they went to go ride some rides without me.
Yep, I was here with my mom and sister, and so we're just gonna have a really good time. So while Robert was busy with his call and getting a little bit of work done, we headed straight to Living with the Land because we love this ride. We love all the greenery, the flowers. It's just so pretty and peaceful, and it's a really good way to start the day, especially after, you know, we've been running all morning. And
some of us were running. I'm just gonna say.
Well, you know, we tried.
Yeah.
And so after that, of course, we went right over to Soarin' because it's right there in the same building, and we love riding Soarin'. And after we got off Soarin', we did head over to Figment, kind of staying in that general area, waiting for Robert, but getting some rides into. And again, a calm way to start the day as we're just getting started. So we rode Figment, and as we got off the ride, we actually got to see that Vanellope and Ralph were about to come out. They told us that, hey, if you wait around just a few minutes, they'll be here. So we got in line and got to see them come out of the tunnel, out of the internet, and we actually got pictures with them. I did a fist bump with Ralph. That hurt a lot more than I thought it was going to. Turns out his large hand is very painful. I didn't realize that. I thought it'd make a really good picture.
He's really strong. What do you expect? I mean...
I should have known. Like,
look
he
at
literally
how he destroys buildings.
Yeah,
exactly.
I should have caught on to that. I didn't. And so that's my own fault. It made for a really cool picture, but it actually did hurt a lot afterwards. And Vanellope is just a lot of fun, so we really enjoyed taking a picture with her. After we finished taking pictures with Vanellope and Ralph, I did text Robert and let him know that we were near to see if he was done. He goes, actually, I just finished up what I was working on, so I'm gonna head down. My mom is a Disney Visa card holder, so she gets access to special characters that we don't normally get to see. So we actually got to go in this special area to see Minnie Mouse and Pluto. And we had not done this ever, I don't think.
No, because we don't have the Disney Visa card. So we said, all right, let's go check out what characters are there. It apparently changes at all different times, different characters, but we happened to get Minnie Mouse and Pluto. It was kind of cool, having your own little private meet and greet. There was nobody else there.
There was no one in line. We literally walked in. We spent a lot of time talking to Pluto and Minnie and taking pictures. It was really enjoyable and something new we hadn't done before.
Once we were done there with those characters, Mom wanted to go and ride Spaceship Earth since it had a very low wait time. So we walked up there, rode Spaceship Earth all together, and then it came to my favorite part of the day, which was snacking around the world. It was Flower and Garden Festival. We've already been here a couple times trying some foods, but there's a lot of booths, and we've only tried a few of them, so I'm looking forward to eating around the world today.
And it's a lot more fun when you do have people with you because you can try more things and not fill up as quickly. But we did have to stop at the butterfly tent on the way because it's my favorite part of the Flower and Garden Festival.
That's fair.
And of course, my mom and sister wanted to see it while we were there. So we stopped in for a few minutes to see the butterflies before making our way and finally getting to the Canada booth.
And this is one that I've been eyeing since the festival started. They've got lots of good looking food here, so we ordered one of everything. I got the maple popcorn shake, which was delicious. I also got the griddled maple pound cake that had like a peach compote on top and then a gelato with it, and oh my goodness, it was so good. Like all the sugar. And yes, I started with dessert because that's how I roll, especially at the Canada booth. They've always got such good maple treats there. They also had some beef tips with mashed potatoes that were amazing.
Those were really good.
Loved that. And then they had some scallops. And the scallops were kind of a surprise because it said they had a brown butter vinaigrette on the scallops, which I'm fine with. I like vinaigrette. But it turns out that Canadian vinaigrette is actually very different than American vinaigrette. Canadian vinaigrette, at least this one, is mustard based, and I personally do not like mustard. So I had a very strong reaction to tasting the scallops for the first time, and then told Alyssa she could have them all because she likes mustard, and that's fine. I don't like it.
I do. I love mustard, and it was actually hilarious. My mom and sister do not eat any type of fish, so the scallops were specifically for us, and we both put a scallop in our mouth at the same time, and we both had two very different reactions to what we just ate. Both of us had a surprised look on our face at first. Then I had a very happy look on my face. I really enjoyed the scallops. I thought they were amazing. Robert's face, however, showed how much he dislikes mustard.
Yep.
And it was just this shock of just, wait a second, why is there mustard on this?
Not at all the flavor I was expecting at all.
No, it was not. So I went back to the board because I didn't remember reading that there was mustard on this. Had I read that, we wouldn't have gotten it for him. I would have just eaten it. And nowhere on there did it say there was mustard. So I went to the booth and just asked, like, do you put mustard on the scallops? Because I don't see it on there. And the chef said, oh yeah, we do. It's part of the vinaigrette. I was like, oh, that's kind of a strong flavor. And I feel like you should probably put that on the sign. That's just some feedback. And I said, I loved it. Seriously, I thought it was amazing. My husband, however, loves scallops, does not love mustard, so he did not enjoy it. So I just wanted to provide that feedback just so you know, because most people won't know that there's going to be mustard in a vinaigrette. And the chef was so sweet. He thanked me for the feedback and actually gave me a couple of scallops so that Robert could have some that didn't have any mustard on them.
He didn't put the sauce on those. And they were good. They were really good. He put a little salt on there, and that was fine with me. But
it was really sweet.
Still, the shock of that was not what I was expecting. However, everything else at that booth I absolutely loved.
After we finished our food there at the Canada booth, we made our way to the UK, but on the way we did have to stop because there was a surprise meet and greet. So we got to see Pocahontas and take some pictures with her. I was very excited because I love Pocahontas and she's not a character you get to see often in the parks. So that was a super fun surprise.
And then once we got done with the characters there are no booths there in the UK. So we just kept walking over the bridge to France, and this is where Alyssa got a treat that she absolutely loved and has loved ever since this day.
This is the chocolate macaroon on a stick. And this is not the little macaroons that are like this, that you like pop in your mouth. No, this macaroon is like eating a huge brownie, and it's amazing. It's soft. I love it so much. And you do not share these. You each get your own because it's like having a sucker. You don't share a sucker. You each get one. So we, of course, had to get several macaroons.
Is that the logic you used? It's like a sucker. That's why I have to have my own. Oh, okay. Now I understand. I thought it was just because you wanted it all for yourself. I didn't realize there was actually logic behind it.
It's one per person. That's how it works.
I understand. Well, after she got that dessert there, we kept going on towards Morocco. But before we got to Morocco, there was actually a booth right there in between the two countries. And this one had some Florida flavors. A couple different things here that we got to try. One of them was a watermelon cucumber slushie. Incredibly refreshing. And I was kind of skeptical because I love watermelon. Then why are you putting cucumber in it? Like, why was that necessary? Very, very happy with that. I thought it was the perfect drink for a hot day in the park. Loved it. We did get some food at this booth as well. There was a black bean cake that had like a Latin beef stew on top.
It was good.
Really good. The black bean cake was a little bit spicy, but I thought it was perfect. I loved it. Even Alyssa liked it, and she's a chicken when it comes to spicy food. So, I mean, I guess that was a good sign, right? Then after that, we went on to Morocco, where we ordered a couple dishes there. We're just eating everywhere today, apparently. There was a chicken kebab with a dried fruit couscous. Love that one. Great combination of flavors, not spicy. But then they also had a fried cauliflower. Your mom was really excited about trying.
She really was excited about trying it until she actually tried it. As it turns out, this was incredibly spicy, and as much as I'm a chicken on trying spicy things, my mom is even more so. And that did not go as well as she thought it would. So none of us ended up really eating that. It was more of a sampling type thing, and then that didn't make it the rest of the way.
I'm not big on fried cauliflower anyway, and then it had a decent amount of heat. And I was looking forward to other foods. I didn't want to eat that. I was good leaving that one.
So we did keep going and made our way to Japan and had to get frushi.
Of course.
I did not try this, but everyone else did, and they loved it.
It's still one of my favorites. It's such a simple treat, and it's so good. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love real sushi, but frushi's a great treat. It's fruit, so it's light, it's sweet, it's amazing. It's so good.
Makes for pretty pictures. So
oh yeah, there's always that too.
We kept going through the countries. We did skip through America because we have tried everything there. We know we love it, but we want to try some new stuff.
That's kind of the point, right? You got to get new pictures for new things on Instagram. Otherwise, why are you even eating around the world? If you're not posting on Instagram, it doesn't taste the same. I'm telling you, it's different.
Oh, okay. So we did keep going and made it over to Italy, where we pretty much got one of everything there. They had the fried green tomatoes with mozzarella, and you and my mom loved that.
That was really good. I'm iffy on fried green tomatoes sometimes because it can be soggy inside, just this big soggy tomato mess, but I really liked it, especially with that fresh mozzarella. It was really nice.
We also got the tortellini, which was a hit for all four of us.
Oh, yes. That was
very
amazing.
enjoyable. So glad we got that. And to finish it all off, we did get the ricotta cheese fritters, and those were awesome.
Yeah, they had this chocolate hazelnut sauce on them, and they put the raspberry sauce on the side for us because we weren't sure about the red color of it. Was it okay for Alyssa to have? So just in case, she steered away from that. But oh my goodness, those were so good.
Awesome.
They were sweet, but they had the crunchy because they were fried, and so good.
They did so good on all the food there. Very happy we went.
Great booths to end things on. And then we decided to go on and kind of walk through the rest of the countries. We're pretty full at this point. Probably not going to get any more food. And we stopped in China just to look around. And while we were there, Alyssa stumbled across someone that she recognized.
Mulan was actually hanging out in the garden basically by herself. I don't think anyone realized she was there. So she was just kind of walking around, looking at the flowers, hanging out. So we went and took a couple selfies with her and talked to her. She told me all about Mushu and how he was doing. We had a really nice conversation. It was a really fun surprise meet and greet for us because we didn't expect to see her. And the fact that no one else was around, she just kind of was enjoying the garden by herself.
Yeah, it was really strange just to see her kind of wandering, and then next thing you know, you got yourself a personal meet and greet. And then as we made our way out of the countries, we stopped at one final booth because we've seen all the pictures all over Instagram of this treat. It is the chocolate pudding terrarium, and it looks so adorable. It's got all these little microgreens on it, and it's got the pomegranate seeds, and really pretty in this nice little jar. So we thought, okay, everyone's raved about it, everyone's posting about it, we've got to try it for ourselves. So we got it, we all decided to share it, and it was really gross.
It tasted like dirt.
We all hated it so much.
I don't know how that's possible.
I mean, I understand a little bit because there's matcha on there, and Alyssa doesn't really like tea. So I kind of understood she may not love it. It's just the green like on top of it. But her mom loves tea, and I love tea. And we both just couldn't even finish this treat. I'm not sure what was in it or what it was made from. It did not taste sweet.
So bad.
It was just a lot of textures and a lot of flavors that I felt like just didn't belong. And they did actually change the terrarium a few weeks later. We saw people walking around with them and realized it looked very different than when we tried it, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to try it again because it was such
we had already spent the money on it and didn't like it, and so we didn't want to do that again only to see if we liked it or didn't this time.
Yeah.
So we just went with, we are not getting that again.
Yeah, I guess we should have just stopped in Italy and not gotten anything else. But we thought it would be perfect for Instagram pictures, and it made good pictures, I guess.
It did. It was pretty.
Lesson learned. Just because it's pretty doesn't mean it's going to taste good.
My sister wanted to ride Mission Space, which is not anything my mom or I will get on, but Robert loves it as well.
I'll ride it every time. Team Orange all the way.
No, I won't even get in Team Green. I just can't. So my mom and I waited outside while they went in and rode Mission Space, and then we got a spot to watch IllumiNations and just sat there, let our food settle and kind of sit. We've now been walking all around World Showcase all day. It's been hot, so we just kind of enjoyed the relaxing evening. and of course got to watch IllumiNations before making our way back to Old Key West and ending the night. And that's our day for today. So we'll see you tomorrow
for our Year with the Ears.